Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. In yesterday's video, the Deal It Up challenge, we worked on card 4 in series 2 of our faux collectors cards, and the alternate make yesterday was a mini folio. So I started on that project after I'd done my faux collectors card and of course did not have time to complete it. So we're jumping back in today and we're going to hopefully complete the project. It is very much a Trash Craft Tuesday project as well. I'm using old sheet music as my base for the folio, in case you didn't see yesterday's video. Just a sheet of sheet music, which I've folded up the bottom, created 3 pockets. This one I haven't glued down yet because I still have to cover this inside flap here. So we've got 2 angled pockets, a center square pocket or rectangle pocket, and we've got to finish it up. So I'm still going to stick with the prompts from yesterday's Deal It Up challenge, and the prompts for this were mini folio, stamps, layered, and stars. Star or stars, so you could have 1 star or multiple. So I need to keep those in mind as we go through this project. I'm just going to pull my sleeves up. We're going to get down to business. Get cracking on this and let's finish it up. So first off, is this wide enough? No, it is not. I've got a white border on the edge. I've grabbed out more scraps than what I was playing with yesterday. Do we want to perhaps balance out this yellow? Oh, it's not really wide enough. It was a good thought. This has got more of that yellow on it, so maybe we want to do that. Okay, let's do that then. So, do I want that part or would I like to go a bit of each? I'm kind of thinking I might want a bit of each of the patterns there. So, move this out the way so I can kind of hopefully do this straight. So how's your day going, my friends? Is it a good one? I do hope the answer is yes. But if it's not, then my thoughts are with you. Whatever's going on, whatever's going wrong, I pray that it sorts itself out quickly. Not every day is happy, is it? It's just a reality of life. Not every day can be happy. I gave an update on my personal situation in yesterday's video, so if you'd like to find out more, then please go and watch that video because I don't want to get into that again today. It's the same day. I'm recording this the same day as I recorded yesterday's video. So, you know, I've already talked about it once today. I just want to get down to some happy crafting with you guys. And if you want to catch up on what's going on, then please do head along to yesterday's video. Okay. I'm just going glue stick. This is not a glue stick. Did you know this, my friends? That this is not a glue stick. Never has, never will be a glue stick. I'm going to grab again my tacky glue. Is what I really meant to say. Just quick and easy crafting today. Just hopefully going to move this along and finish it up, and I'm actually really having fun with it. It's just a quick folio that I had no preconceived notions about. It was just like, oh, that's what the prompt is. What can I grab to make the base? And it's like the sheet music was the first thing popping out at me, and it's like, okay, there's the base, and what are we going to do with it? Whoops, need to bring that down a bit. So yeah, so here we go. We are building a mini folio. Now you could make your mini folio if you want to make one even smaller. I've just taken a single sheet of sheet music, which is larger than your typical A4 or letter size paper. It's a bit larger, but I think it makes an ideal base, especially because this is not thin paper. It's not thin quality sheet music. It is old though. So I am thinking I'm going to reinforce the folds here with washi tape, which I probably need to do now. So let's do that before we get too carried away, because I want it to be under the papers that I put on back this with. Yeah, that's what I want. Got this blue one, but I don't know if there's enough on it to do. Does it matter? Probably not. Doesn't matter if it's not the same washi tape. And this one, I've got this part piece here because it went funny on me last time I used it. The washi tape did. It's not particularly sticky, but I'm just going to put it on, and I can always come in and slide my tip of my glue under, but by the time I've covered the edges with my, whatever paper I put on, it's going to hold it down anyway. That's my thinking. If I'm wrong, well, I will just repair, because I envisage that I will use this little folio myself. But if I don't, if I end up putting it in a journal, well, I'll just check it over before I do and repair anything, reinforce anything that needs it, and no drama. Okay, so that's that. Oops, didn't really trim that successfully. It's going bad to worse, my friends. There we go, that'll do. Doesn't need to be perfect. It's less perfect than it was, but that's okay. I'm happier with this than I was with it hanging over the bottom. Right, I think we are going to actually have enough to do both. And covering the edges of the washi will also hide that red, pinky red strip down the side, which was a printing flaw on the washi. Cheap washi, you get what you pay for, don't you? Printing flaws and all. From this batch, I think I ordered 4 washi tapes, 4 different designs at the same time, and 3 of them had a printing flaw. The worst one had a big black line. It was like super obvious, dotted black line. But however, that's fine. I can still use them. Right. So let's glue this pocket closed, so we're not dealing with that flapping around. Just up the side, and that's a nice little angled pocket. Just making sure that sticks down nicely there. So really pleased with how that looks. That's cool. Right, on the back, so this is the inside back flap. I'm going to put this, no, hang on, let me think about this again. I think I need to fold this, so we're just gonna, oops, yep, that washi tape is definitely popping up on me. It will be fine though. It will be glued down with tacky glue from the top. And that one's not so bad because it's a little bit more wrapped over. Let's fold this one. Okay, so that's the inside flap. It's this part that I want to put this on. This is going to be the back of the folio, and I envisage it's a place where you can write if you would like to, or stick a photo or a picture or something. So I wanted a paper that's decorative but could be written on, and this paper is from Winter Bounty by Michelle at the Junk Journal Studio. I've got a few bits and pieces from Winter Bounty that I'm going to be using today for this project. I'm really going with the blue vibe, and mainly because that's kind of the scraps I pulled out of my bag yesterday. They were all in the blue zone with a bit of this yellow, so I've just continued on with that and grabbed out some more scraps that complement those colours. So what's up this week, this coming week? Wow. You may know that I am now pursuing surface pattern design. which is super exciting. I'm absolutely loving it, and I am making it a priority to do some every day, whether it's a little bit or a lot. I'm really wanting to advance my skills and my proficiency as quickly as I can. And on Spoonflower, which is one of the print-on-demand sites that I use, they do curtains and wallpaper and fabric and all that sort of stuff. They have competitions, and I've already entered one. My design, it's pretty amateurish, I will admit that. It's the beginning of my journey. The voting on that closes this week, and another one competition ends, so closes off for entries this week on the same day, I think. I don't think I'm going to enter it because I'm not feeling particularly inspired on the theme. And then the next two competitions, the subjects have been posted and they've got my juices flowing a bit more, so super fun. A great way to expand my range and to try new things and to get exposure just within the artist community on Spoonflower. It's a good way to kind of get your name out there, and a bit of fun. You know, I do like working to prompts, so that kind of hits a note for me. So yeah, the voting on the one I have entered closes this week, and I will not get anywhere near anything. I'll probably be right down the bottom end, but I'm perfectly content with that. I just think it's going to be just fun experience, and I don't really mind. There's, you know, if you win or get within the top 10, there are good rewards for being in that spot, but you know, I'm new. I don't expect to be anywhere near there, so it's just good fun, good playing around. Like the one I've entered is a Paisley prompt or theme, and I used to hate Paisley, and when I first saw the prompt I was like, oh, Paisley, I don't want to do Paisley. Anyway, I came up with a concept, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, and I sat on it for ages, and it was like, I could do that, and then it got to the point a couple of days before the competition closed. It's like, I want to give it a go. So I did up my design and submitted it. I wasn't going to, but a friend encouraged me to just do it, and so I just did it. And yeah, it's not great. Like, I loved it at the time and I still like it, but I don't think it's competition worthy. You know, competition just puts a little bit more pressure on making sure it's just as good as can be, and I'm so new, it's like I'm still learning, but never mind. So that's coming up this week. Shopping this week. I don't know what else. We'll see what comes. What food bank, of course. 2 days at the food bank. We'll see what else comes up. So this is also writing space, but I have something else in mind. It's not just going to be writing space. Well, it is, but it's going to be a bit fancier than just a sheet of paper. So layered is one of the prompts, and I'm going to play with layers here. So we've got, I want writing type papers, so this one would work. This one would work. And perhaps these two pieces. That's probably enough, actually. We're going to do a little waterfall. A waterfall by nature, how we build paper waterfalls, is layered. So I thought that would be a fun interpretation of the prompt, layered. And extend the writing space in this little folio. Right, it's got a bit of white at the top. Actually, do I need to take that off? No, I don't. I don't actually need to take that off. You'll see why in a moment. There's lots of ways to build a waterfall. I'm just going to do it a quick and easy way. Just want to make sure this is relatively straight. So just getting my width first. And I'm going to fold down. This is why I don't need to trim that white at the top. I'm going to fold down a bit, and that's going to be our hinge for folding up our waterfall. These are just plain white on the back. If you didn't want the plain white, you could print them on coffee dyed paper or double side them. Now we've already got backing paper on the bottom, so I'm going to bring this up X amount, whatever X amount is, whatever distance you'd like. No set distance, and we are just going to glue that down. Right at the top there. So it doesn't have to be the exact same width. I'm not worried about that. So that's that one. Now we're going to use that white to be the hinge. Fold that down. And I'm going to place that a little bit lower. I'm not going to place it right up in that. Actually, do I need to do it that way? I'm going to do, I didn't think about this, but this is going to be a reverse waterfall, okay? So you're going to have the longer on the top and decreasing length underneath. So it's a reverse waterfall. Is that a thing? It's going to be now, because I was kind of not, I mean, I could put it under there and it would be a perfect length, but no, I'm doing a reverse waterfall. So I'm going to kind of go about the same distance, about there. If it's not straight, it's fine. We could do all sorts of shaped bottoms if we liked. You know, there's all sorts of bottoms in the world. There's shapely bottoms and big bottoms and wide bottoms and narrow bottoms and flat bottoms. My hubby is a flat bottom. He always talks about his flat bottom, not in public company, of course, more so just in front of me. Yeah, so it's a reverse waterfall. We're making it a thing, my friends. We are making it a thing. Okay, this is going to be a real shorty, so I think we need to put another one before this one, but we'll do this to size, sideways. But we're not going to glue that down yet. That's not really long enough. Okay, what about this piece? It's not wide enough. Does that matter? Let's take this white off first, and we will have a look and see what we think. They don't have to be all the same width, so I think it will be fine. It's going to meet up with that cut edge. Right, so fold down our hingey bit, and so we want it shorter than this one, so we're going to go about there. Is this making sense? I don't know. Let me know if it doesn't make sense. So a mistake turns into just a fun variation, doesn't it? Just turns into a reverse feature. Oops, that is not at all straight. Wow, that is so crooked. Maybe it's the tearing that's crooked. Can we just give it a slight refold to straighten it up a little bit? I don't know, I think it's torn crooked, but it's fine. It's still within the boundaries, both above and below, so we're just gonna run with it, and then make sure, yep, see, this one needs a little trim down. It's a little bit long now, so we'll take about that much. So it's definitely layered. And the writing space is on the back of each piece, and in some cases the front. So these are writable. You could even write on that, but you can also have all the back of that, and then you could write on that as well. So we've got a little reverse waterfall. Don't you love making a mistake come good? Good feeling. Right, so that's that. So we've got 3 pockets and a reverse waterfall. We've got writing space underneath there. We've got writing space on the back. Now the front. So the front, of course, is a good place to get a bit more decorative. I think I'll use this scrap. The writing is sideways. The writing goes this way. Actually, no, it goes that way. But I think it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's subtle enough just to form background texture. Not designed to be read, unless you're my hubby where he wants to read all the writing in the background of digitals. Why? Because it's there. Just because it's there. He's a strange fish sometimes. Love him to pieces. It's his quirky side. It's like, don't read the text. I didn't give it to you to read the text. He says, but I want to. I want to see what it says. Has anyone else got a hubby or a partner or something that likes to do things like that? Like, wants to read the text in the background of something, or looks at the back of things where you're trying to show them the pretty decorative front and they look at the back because they want to see. I'm sure my hubby is not the only one who does funny things like that. Surely not. Right. And none of this, I think, is particularly straight that I've been doing. It's a cool, handmade, unique, beautiful little folio. I'm embracing the imperfections because life is too short to stress about a crooked edge, especially in something that's handmade. Right. And it's very hard for me to step away from perfectionism. But I read a quote at the weekend. How did it go? Oh, I can't remember. I saved it, but now I can't remember how it goes. I saw it on Instagram. Perfectionism is the thief of creativity, but the first half of the quote, I can't remember the first half. It was very good anyway. Right, so we've just got a plain, nice background there. Do have, because one of our other prompts is star or stars, and this is some of the ephemera from Winter Bounty, and it's got stars. So I thought that they would be perfect, absolutely perfect for this. I don't know how many I want. There's 4 different sizes. We possibly want a nice image too. We could do this one's really cute, the children playing, and the current faux collector's card series is children, so if we use a decoration with children on it, that's kind of bringing it into the faux collector card idea as well. Not that children have to be on the alternate make, but we've got an opportunity here, so why not? And this was not planned. I did not plan to include children, but this image is super cute. Children building a snowman. Or built, looks like they've built him really. The boy's got a shovel. I'm not quite sure what he's doing with the shovel. Maybe he's building up around the base of the snowman or something. Oh, that's so adorable. So I think the big star's going to be a little bit big, so we won't cut you out. It can be for another project. Or maybe somewhere within the folio. Maybe we want to add a star somewhere else. Now let's cut this little one out. So sorry, I'm going to be doing a little bit of cutting. Relatively straightforward though, shouldn't take too long. So all the links for Winter Bounty will be in the description box if you're keen to go have a look, investigate, see whether you'd like to pick up the kits. There's, I can't remember how many, four kits in the series, four sets of digital. So like there's background pages, journal pages, the ephemera kit, and I think there's another one. Sorry Michelle, I can't remember off the top of my head. There's just been a lot going on, so some things are escaping my brain lately. Yep, definitely escaping my brain. I mentioned yesterday about getting my engagement and wedding ring redone because I haven't been able to wear them for a long time. And I have my previous wedding set from my first husband and an eternity ring that matches it that I bought after he passed away. And I was going to use those to get my, exchange those for the cost of getting my rings done. But I haven't been able to find them. They are in a jewelry box, and my only fear is that were they on my bedside cupboard, my bedside drawers, and did they fall into the rubbish bin and weren't noticed and went out in the rubbish? I hope not. I hope they're still somewhere. Beautiful set. 3 rings. Engagement ring is diamonds and a sapphire. The wedding ring is diamonds, and then the eternity ring is all sapphires. So they all go together. They all sit round each other. The engagement ring is like a flower shape, very dainty, very pretty. And I just remember my first husband, when he proposed, he took ages to propose because he was so worried that I wouldn't like the ring he'd chosen out. I mean, how sweet is that? He was so worried I wouldn't like it, but it was just not overstated. Like, it was very dainty, not huge, not super expensive or anything crazy. It was just really delicate and beautiful and pretty, and I loved it. And it was a mix of yellow and white gold as well. So it was a yellow gold band with a white gold setting. So I hope I can still find them. I hope I've still got them somewhere, because otherwise they ended up thrown out by accident because they got caught up with something, and that would just be, oh, that would be awful. Yeah, do I want to put all 3 on? Do I want to put the big one at the bottom and two at the top? I think I like the balance of that better. The 2 smaller ones balance out the larger one. That's what I think I want to do. I do have some white left around that, but I kind of don't really want to cover his feet. So I'm trying to, yep, we're going with that. I'm going to pop those down. So good old Tacky Glow, it's just making everything so quick. So yeah, if, whoops, running away. Children don't want to be glued down. So if you're praying, maybe you could pray that my first wedding set turn up. You know, that they just magically, I want to say magically, magically appear one day. Just like, oh, how did I never see them? Like they're right in front of my nose kind of vibe. That would be pretty awesome. Like I just like, you know, doing something, and one day I just turn my eyes and like, wow, there they are. How could I not see them for years? Because they've been there all the time. That would be a pretty nice kind of thing, wouldn't it? I don't know now what I will do with them, because, you know, we've got other rings that are paying for the work on my rings now. But maybe I want to wear them again. Maybe it's long enough since my first husband that I can, you know, actually just wear them. They'd have to go on this hand, of course, but they are pretty little rings. So this one I'm wearing is my mum's wedding ring from my dad. And I was telling the jeweler about my the engagement ring that I've also got from Mum. And I was saying, oh, it's got a solitaire diamond, and, you know, it's really pretty. I had a look at it last night, and it was like, it's actually two diamonds the same size, not a solitaire. I was like, I don't wear it very often because it's, you know, I'm not used to it. It sticks up, it's got claws and it catches on things. But it's a beautiful ring. And it's like, obviously I haven't worn it very much because I completely got the description wrong. Funny, very funny. Okay, so we've got our stars, we've got layers, we have a mini folio. So really now it's just any finishing touches we want to make, which we're doing great in terms of time. I think maybe a label or something would be really nice. I'm thinking about one of my stamped Love Warms Every Nest. That's kind of, there's no nest though. I've got To Last a Lifetime. That's one I've chopped in half. It's not the full. Here's the full moments, memories to last a lifetime. That actually could be really nice there. I'm just going to put that right there. I was thinking about chopping it in half, but I think just right across there will be lovely. Give it a bit of ink. I haven't inked a lot of things. I do want to ink right around the edge of the folio, but done the pockets. I did the edges of the pockets with ink. I did briefly, as I was doing the waterfall, thinking about whether I should ink each page, but I thought, no, I'm not going to take the time. It's just going to be some of it's inked, some of it isn't. It'll all turn out fine. Oops. And it just happens that this is stamped in blue, so it makes it a really good colour fit for this wee folio. So another layer there. Now we do have to do stamps. We haven't done stamps yet. This is stamped, but right, let's just clear this away so we're not cluttering my desk. So do I want postage stamps? Do I want stamps? You know, stamps? You know. And of course we have pockets. We might not get to fill them. We'll see. So we've got 3 pockets to fill. Let's have a look at postage stamps for a moment. Oh, ice cream. I don't think I want it on the front. It feels too bright and modern to me. This is a more vintage vibe. There's an old stamp, but it's green. India. Yeah, no. I want old stamps, I think. Ones that look old. Stamps from Canada. I just want a little Little something on the pockets. Don't want that excess white from the stamp. Do one like that either side and then something different in the middle, and a wider stamp would be good. Do I have one? There's a kind of a tealy colour. They're too modern. Like this is a wider stamp, but it's too modern. Looks too shiny and new. Digging, digging, digging. And also in the right colour. I'm being quite fussy, aren't I, with what I want? Oh, this is an older one, but it's not super old. It's 19... It's got lines across the date. 1987 or 67? No, it feels completely wrong to me. Here's an American stamp. Red, white and blue. Canada with America in the middle. Don't think I'll enter into that actually, given current climate. There's a Lord of the Rings stamp. That's a nice long one. Actually, I'm going to do that one. Lord of the Rings, right bang smack in the middle. Do I want to? I think I'm going to leave. Do I leave all of that? Maybe take the bottom down a little bit. Do like the shape of it, but I don't want to cover all the pretty background either. And there's a little bit of text there, but it's a bit meaningless, so I'll take that extra bit off as well. Yep, I'm going to ink around it. So this will be our stamps, and I'll just take that where the fold of the envelope was. What you doing, Snuggabugs? Snuggles. What you doing? Brrr. She was looking at me, but I think she's decided not to come up for cuddles. She recognised Mummy was busy. So, Lord of the Rings, we've got Aragorn and what's her name? Can't remember her name. The one that was keen on him, but he didn't feel that way about her. From the Rohirrim. Oh, what's her name? My goodness, it's completely escaped my brain. Going to put these on a jaunty little angle, so don't slide off there, Canada. Oh, I've got a white strip there. I should have also taken that off. Never mind. It's going to live there now forever and a day. So quite appropriate actually, because Michelle is in Canada, Junk Journal Studio, who these digitals are from. So that's, I think, actually quite appropriate. It's a merging of Canada and New Zealand being me. So that was, I hadn't thought about that, but it actually works really nicely. Right, do I want to use this other star? Like it'd be quite fun just to pop it on that front. Excuse me. Froggy's come back to visit, and just have a sip of my tea. Quite nice to put it on the front of the waterfall. Or we could hide it underneath the waterfall. That could be fun as well. Now I don't know which one I want to do. Do I want to hide it or have it on top? A little gurgle there as my tea goes down. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to groceries this week because the last 2 times I've done it with hubby, and which is fine. Like it's nice to do it together, but when we do it together, he pushes the trolley, and sometimes I need the trolley to lean on. And then I've got the certain way I do things, and I add everything up, and then I'm conscious that he's just like standing around and waiting on me, and like, am I in the way of somebody? Is he in the way of somebody? Because there's 2 of us in the supermarket aisle, and I get super conscious that we're holding people up, and yeah, all sorts of things like that. So it's nice when I'm by myself and I can just kind of work my own system, and there's just one of me in my trolley, not 2 people in a trolley in the way, if you know what I mean. I don't think I want it peeking out the bottom because it looks like, what is that? So I think I'm going to put it on top. I am going to ink around this one. Very random with my inking on this. I'm not doing it there, I'm doing it here, not doing it there. Again, I'm embracing imperfection. It doesn't all have to be matchy match. Even though my colours, you know, I'm going with colours. Not, you know, it's like everything doesn't have to be inked. Things I want to ink, I'll ink. If I don't want to or can't be bothered, I won't. Giving myself a bit of freedom here, guys. Alright, this does have a direction. It's got a shadow, kind of a shadow at the bottom. In fact, it might be better that way. No, I like it better this with a point up. I'm just going to put it right there. Just adds a little bit of something. We could put a stamp in the middle of it, or how about a rubber stamp? We could stamp something on it. What is a good question? I've got winter fun. Let's have a wee look. This is so good. A little adventure, cozy vibes. There's that memories to last a lifetime. There's that one that we put on the front there. Evidence of a good time, right where I want to be. Winter fun. Oh, got the circle here that says this is so much fun. It's quite cool too. Small moments of joy. It's a little bit large. Family fun. I'm thinking the more I'm doing this, the more it's sort of coming to me that maybe I need to use this to document some family memories that we'll have in the next wee while. Quality time together. Maybe quality time together, because I don't know that there's going to be a lot of family fun. There will be family fun, but I'm just think maybe quality time together would be a more appropriate sentiment. So let's go with that one. I'm just going to fold this up because it's got all those layers underneath. I'm just going to pop it out like that. Try and get it straight when I stamp it. I haven't used this stamp before, this particular one, so hopefully it stamps nicely. Beautiful, beautiful result. Just cheap stamps, so you never know how well they're going to do. And generally not a good idea to test them out on your project. Usually not so wise, but however, we risked it and we survived. Right, hitting things here, making chinking sounds. So I just don't want to kind of fold it up because I want that to dry. Okay, so what's next? We have a little bit of time. Have we got enough time to work on some ephemera to go in our pockets. Just wondering, do I want something under that? Like there's a snowflake. There's books and a cuppa with a heart coming out as the steam from the cup of coffee. That might be quite nice. So let's just stamp that one underneath there. Oops, I've got ink on the edge of my block. Don't want to risk making a mess of things. So there we go, we've got stamps now of both types. Really hitting those prompts. Okay, so let's clear the stamps, the postage stamps out the way. So I'm starting to crowd myself here. I have some pieces here. Now I could use ephemera from Winter Bounty, but my other idea, just trying to wrangle my scraps here, were these bits of ephemera. I was thinking, what are they called? You know, receipts, that type of thing, from Cosy Paper Studio on Etsy. And I thought maybe these might be quite fun to pop in, like this one here. I think that should be quite a good size actually. They do need backing because they're just on normal copy paper, so I will need to back them on something to give them a bit more sturdiness. Yeah, I quite like the size. It could be a bit taller, but I think it's a good size. Right, is this... No, that's not big enough. I thought I could perhaps have backed it with a scrap digital, but that won't work. So where did I put them? I have some dyed papers here. These are pink ones. These are beetroot dyed, which is fine. I'll take this one. It doesn't really matter which one I take, but or use, but I'm going to go with this one. Okay, I'm going to go in towards this fold line. This is out of a diary. So I'm going to use 2 glues just to avoid mess and get a nice even adherence to the backing paper, because the backing paper has got that, you know, that crinkle and that texture from being wet. We are rapidly coming up to dyeing time. Paper dyeing time is what I mean. That was a little bit of a unfortunate expression given yesterday's video. We've got to laugh at ourselves, guys. Laugh with me. Paper dyeing time. You know, it's getting colder here. It's like we're only in the second week of autumn. And my goodness, autumn has arrived with a vengeance. The mornings are cold and full of dew, and the evenings are cool, and we're getting some nice days in amongst some not so great days, you know, wet days and that sort of thing. It's just like autumn. Autumn has arrived. The first couple of days of autumn were like hotter than our summer was. And then we've just gone full on straight autumn since, with some beautiful days but cool nights, rain, not a lot of rain, but you know, a bit of rain here and there, and just, yeah, just only way I can describe it is autumn. Just, we are in autumn. It feels like autumn, it looks like autumn, it's acting like autumn. It is autumn. So it won't be too long before we are kind of looking at lighting the fire. We have lit the fire once already when it was so cold. But only once so far. So yeah, but I'm thinking it's going to be sooner rather than later that we will be into having the fire going on a consistent basis. I don't know that I'm really ready for it, but it's going to come whether we are ready or not. I think I'm just going to snip these corners actually. I don't know why, I'm just feeling just a tiniest little snip, little angle. Just gives it a little detail, very subtle. And I want to edge around these. Now you could decorate these up as well, but I think they're already quite decorative, especially this one with the image of the factory on the letterhead. And it's got a really cool stamp down the bottom and some nice text, so I really like it as it is. I think it's fun. Okay, I will ink around the back as well, but I'm not going to spend time doing that right now. So it's curly with the glue stick, but it will flatten out once it's all been in there a while. It's got little corners all over my desk now. Okay, let's choose out something else. We got, oh, we're running out of time. We might get one more done. So maybe we'll go on this side, if I can find the right piece. A lot of these are a lot smaller than I thought they were going to be, which is fine. They're still usable for, oh, what about this one? This one's quite ornate. Same letterhead actually. Different dates on them. I was thinking, are they like page 1 and page 2 of the same document? But no, there's different dates. This is 1847 and the other one's 1896. Or maybe that's 1897. It's hard to read. But different dates anyway. They're not the same. Not page 1 and page 2. They're just the same company from different times. But very pretty letterhead there. Oops, put the rubbish in the rubbish bin and it just slid over the back. Didn't actually go in the rubbish bin at all. Right, just going to test that for size. Ooh, is it going to... Yep, that fits. Awesome. Is this one... Yeah, this one is actually wider, so that one won't fit. I thought if this one was narrower, I could switch them around, but it's not, it's wider. Okay, so this one we are going to go this side of the crease line, of the fold line. I'm very conscious now that we are running out of time. Zoom, zoom, like a cat. Hyper cat, zoom, zoom. Give that a quick cut around. I'm thinking I need a PA who can come and clean up my desk after a crafting session, put everything away where it's supposed to go, tidy it up, make everything right for the next recording session. So much time in putting everything away, getting it stored properly so I can find it again. Oh, I'm such a moaner, aren't I? Such a moaner. Right, we snips again. Give it a quick ink around. And then I think we're probably about out of time, I suspect. Gee, if I can actually get the lid on my glue. I could have done another one in the time it took me to get the lid on the glue. Terrible state of affairs. Right, so curly whirly. So we've just got that centre to fill and we don't have enough time to get it done. But apart from that centre one, just need to be a bit careful folding that. There's our little folio, mini folio done with a ton of writing space. Let's have a little review. I'll just get rid of the scraps that are distracting, tidy up the glues, push the ink out the way, scissors away. Right, I think we can have a little look at this now. So here's our wee folio. We've got stars, we have layers on the front cover and stamps. Well, we've got a stamped greeting on the front, and then on the inside we have this pocket with a stamp and a journal card in the back there. You could put some writing paper here if you wanted to. Like, there's so many ways you can do a folio. Then on this inside flap we have a reverse waterfall with tons of writing space, so lots of room there to write. We've got stamps and we've got a star, so hitting those, and layers of paper here with the waterfall, reverse waterfall. Whoops, I'm all thumbs and fingers now. So that's our layers. And then on this inside we've got another journal card with writing space. Whoops, I've bent that up a little bit. That must have been in that crease line. I might have to trim that down a little bit. That's catching on the fold. So we're just going to give it a little, right to where it actually creased in the fold. Re-snip those corners. Re-ink. Just hopefully there's enough ink on my brush here to do the job. Yep, we're all good. Here we go, no dramas. So writing space there, and yep, that's much better. That is way more comfortable in there now. And then we just need to fill that little pocket with something and it will be more writing space. So there we go. There is my mini folio. If you make a mini folio for the prompts, I would love to see it. Or your faux collector's card from the Deal It Up challenge yesterday. You can tag me on Instagram or on Facebook, VisualizedNZ. You can also use the hashtags Deal It Up challenge and or Trashcraft Tuesday. You can use either of those or both. It's entirely up to you. And that's if you post on social media. I appreciate not everybody does or wants to, and that is fine. Thank you, my friends, for joining me. Take care, and I will be back again soon with another project. See you then. Bye.